Hi, I want to welcome you guys to our little demo here for Polyglossia. I'm excited about this. This is the ability to be able to have our worship services translated in text within 1 second of pastor's preaching. So he's preaching, and within 1 second, people can watch it on their phones. And the usage of this is going to be amazing, at least in my mind. First off, it can help the deaf. If we have a service that doesn't have a deaf translator, they can come in and they can log in on their phones, and they can see it right there in text, and they can just read what the pastor's saying. So that's kind of cool. It's not going to be open, I don't think, to the music. So that's usually the words are on the screen anyway, if they can read English. Also, for the hard of hearing that may come into your church, that I laugh because that's kind of like where I'm getting these days. But if you're a little bit hard of hearing and you can't pick up on some words, they can just look and say, "Oh, that's yeah, I see." And also, the last thing is for different languages. My hope is that we can add some languages. Right now, we just have Spanish, but a person that you may want to invite to church that speaks Spanish, they can come in and they can just use the QR code on their iPhone or their whatever phone they use, and then a tablet of their choice. And as long as they have Wi-Fi, they can watch it. So I want to do a little demo. I'm going to share my screen here real quick with you, and this will give you an idea of what we're talking about. First off, when they come into the service, and I'm going to move myself over here just a little bit. When they come into the service, they can have access to this QR code, or we can have access to this, this link right here. Of course, that's a little harder to do. You would have to send them an email or text them this thing here, but most everything has a QR code, so they can log into that. But once they hit the QR code, a screen's going to come up, and you're going to see it just like this. And this is what you're going to have. It's going to have the screen. You see it's translating into English right now. But let's say I am a Spanish speaker and I want to see it in English and in Spanish. So as you know, this little cog wheel up here is your settings. And so you just click that. And as you'll notice, we're set for a single window right now, but I can go in and split that vertically. And so I'm going to hit the split vertically. And now I have English on both sides on two different screens. But here's the thing. What if I'm a Spanish speaker? Well, I click the English button. I hope you saw that. Let me go back to that right over here next to scrolling. You got your wheel scrolling, and then here's your language button. You click that and you go, okay, I want English on the left. I'm going to put Spanish on the right. And there we go. I have Spanish lining up over here, English lining up over here. In the future, we hope to have more languages as we find out who in our area, what are some of the more common languages. We've got some ideas on that right now already. We can add some languages to that. And this will be eventually available, we hope. Should our leaders decide to do it, it will be available on every campus. So it can be done on the different campuses, and just a little device that plugs into the soundboard. So I hope that gives you an idea of what it is. Let's say I want to go back and I want to see a different split. I want to see a split horizontally. So if you prefer that, you can see a split horizontal screen like that. That's a little confusing to me personally, but that doesn't mean anything. And then if I want to have a single window, it doesn't have to be English. I can go into that single window and I can click, I would rather see it in Spanish. And to me, this is great. I mean, this would even be great for students who are trying to learn Spanish. As the pastor is preaching, then they can be able to do this. And the cool thing about this can be done all over the world. As long as they have that QR code, that link, they can log in, and it's over the internet, and they can watch our services. And as long as we have their language, they can watch the language through the text in our services in their language of their choice. As long as, it's one we buy. We do have to buy them. They're $10 per language. The cool thing too to me is we can start to work on discipling, training people all over the world that speak different languages. So for the example that we're going to be testing out here just in a couple of days, we've got some friends that live in the Middle East, and we're going to be testing out how to do ESL classes from America to people who live in the Middle East. And then our trip will be where we go in and we meet them in person. We will have already seen them online. They'll already have gone through the class. They can hear our voice and they can look on the screen and see if that is the proper translation, and things like that. So I'm just excited about this. There's probably a lot more usage I haven't even thought about yet, or there's a lot of things we can do with this. So I'm excited. Thank you for watching, and yeah, we hope you have a great day.